What's going on, Pyros? Welcome back to the channel. Vex Pyro here, back at you with another video, another installment in our blind ranking series. And once again, we are lucky enough to be joined by Luke from Backyard Fireworks. How's it going, Luke?
Going good, man. Trying to enjoy the weather while I can. Get out there, light some fireworks, and Fourth is going to be here before you know it.
It's coming quicker than you know, and a big one this year, the 250th.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Lots of red, white, and blue in the sky this year.
Uh-huh.
On a Saturday,
Uh-huh.
gonna have some burgers on the grill. Can't wait for it. Can't get here sooner enough.
Be a lot of fireworks going off this year. I think a lot more than normal.
Oh gosh, I know. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Well, we have you back again doing this blind rank thing. You know how this goes by now. But we're going to do it a little different here. So we're going to be doing fireworks categories for you. So all the different categories you could find inside fireworks,
Okay.
if you're searching on a website, your drop down menu and all the things you can search for. But this is going to be non-cake or shell edition.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's my favorite stuff too. Is that littler kind of stuff that often gets overlooked, but still is a lot of fun to light.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get right into it and see how you rank them. So your first category up is going to be fireworks
All right,
assortments.
firework assortments. This is a interesting one because you can really go all over the board here. And in recent years, I've taken a lot more appreciation into firework assortments because sometimes there's stuff in assortments that are exclusives to just that assortment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when I buy assortments, at least for me personally, where I light so many fireworks off of, there's stuff in the assortments that I would never even buy, and a lot of times it surprises me what the effects do. So, with that being said, I think I'm actually going to put that one at number two. I've been getting all across the board, and generally speaking, I've gotten cheaper assortments, but then the last couple years, I've gotten a couple bigger assortments too.
Mm-hmm.
And those are a lot of fun to light, but I'm going to put that at number two, I think, because there's so many different varieties, and it forces me a lot of times to light things that I would never actually light. So I'm going to put that at number two.
Yeah, and even almost like almost a mini show in a box. Essentially that's what it is, right? You can buy an assortment, just kind of
Yeah,
have a whole night of fun. Assortments going in at number
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Okay, and your next category up is going to be fireworks fountains.
Fireworks fountains, man, that's a hard one. Yes, there are so many different kinds, so many different effects. Gosh, I think I have to put that probably at number one. And that's being said, since it's more stuff that's, on my kind of side, the more the ground kind of stuff, I think that one
Mm-hmm.
has to
Mm-hmm.
go at number one. Certainly because there's so many different kinds of fountains, so many different kinds of effects. If you want a fountain that's completely silent and just, want something to light off just for, a fun night without, waking the neighbors up, you
Mm-hmm.
can do that and enjoy the real pretty colors. There's fountains that go 30, 40 feet in the air that,
Yeah.
will make your heart stop with all the crackle. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
You're talking under $10, you can find a 3-minute fountain. I mean, that's how do you beat that?
Yeah.
That's 3 minutes of your
Yeah.
time out there just enjoying that for an extremely good price point.
And I feel like you kind of touched on it. They're evolving a lot more
Yep.
because I think they're starting to realize how cool they really are. And stand owners are, marketing and pushing it a little more than before. And it's creating this cool spark of, things that you haven't seen before. And as well as like some states are safe and sane too. So that's all they get.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think manufacturers are realizing that too. And they're like coming out with cooler fountains that, you know, different effects and do all different sorts of things. And yeah, I think that one has to go at number one for me for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, fountains are one of my favorites by far. I have multiple tubs of them, right? You just buy them when you see them. It's like, why wouldn't I?
Absolutely.
And you said safe and sane states, right? They still want fireworks, right? Just because they
Right.
can't do any aerials doesn't mean they don't want to do them. And the varieties on them, like you said, are getting to just it's endless. And there's so much cool stuff to do.
Right.
So yeah,
Absolutely. I
I
agree.
I think I agree with that one. Fountains, that's a good spot for it. All right, well, your next one up is going to be Roman candles.
Roman candles, that's another solid one. I'm gonna go with three.
Yeah.
I'm going one, two, three off the bat, but Roman candles are another fun one. And what I like about Roman candles is, especially nowadays, I feel like firework companies are realizing that you can basically put a 200-gram cake in a Roman candle. So like you can buy,
Yeah.
you know, a 4 or 5 pack of Roman candles that go up and have breaks for, $10, $15. So you're essentially getting like, little mini 200-gram cakes in these Roman candles. And each one is generally different. And it's so cool. And I love the big ones that you can stake in the ground. Even like, I get people because a lot of my videos are, budget videos, and a lot of times people like ask me questions on like what they could do that's, budget friendly and things like that. And a lot of times, people love their zipper cakes and they love stuff like that are big, but you can get 3 Roman candles that are the bigger, higher shot count Roman candles, kind of point them in like a W direction and fast fuse them or have 3 guys light them at the same time, run away, and it almost creates like a zipper kind of effect. It doesn't have the cool thump coming out of the cake, but you can have 3 Roman candles that might cost you, $60 versus a zipper cake, being 100 or $150 for the
Yeah.
same effect.
Yeah. All right. Well, your number 4 item is going to be firecrackers.
Firecrackers. A lot of people might hate me for this, but I'm going to throw those at number 5.
Okay.
And the main reason behind that, and I do love firecrackers. Um, don't get me wrong, I light them every New Year's on my street, and I light them down the street, and they're great. But if we're comparing firecrackers to the other ones on this list, generally speaking, they're all about the same, give or take.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
love firecrackers, I
It's a
love the
boom.
rolls,
Yeah. It's a boom.
and I it is a boom. It's a boom. With that being said, I still collect them. So, but I think that's going to go at number 5 spot. And like I said, they're still my favorites as far as like New Year's. I love it. But comparatively speaking to the fountains, assortments, and other things on this list, it's going just to number 5, just because it booms.
I'm not against that. Yeah, I think I can agree on that. I mean, and like you said, they're basically the same. They some are louder than others, but it's a pop, and for some people that's all they need. But I agree with you. Compared to the other items, they fall off a little bit. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree, 100%.
Okay. Well, your last item, which is going to end up in your number 4 spot, is going to be rockets.
Rockets, and that's actually probably where I'd put Rockets on my list, would be probably be at the number 4 spot. So I do like that pick there.
Hmm.
Again, don't get me wrong, I do love Rockets. There's a lot of cool different effects, and now the big thing is the strobing rockets, and
That's the big
I know
thing
there's a
now.
bunch of
Yep.
different. Rockets would probably be at number 4 for me. And mainly for me, the only reason I have that at number 4 is sometimes Rockets have a mind of their own and like to go all over the place and do things. And sometimes they're a little unpredictable. But with that being said, there are still some beautiful Rockets.
Exactly that. They can be unpredictable and they can head just about anywhere because once that engine takes off, if you got the wrong tilt or if it decides to tilt a little bit, it's going.
Yeah,
You're not stopping it.
right,
It's not a cake. You're not standing it back up.
right, right.
Once it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I give what you're
And I
saying.
And I will say, my favorite item to light on the 4th of July before it gets dark are the little, or they call, I forget, like the moon travelers, those
Uh-huh.
little grosses you can get for so cheap. There is no better firework to light in the daytime before it gets dark on the 4th, in my opinion, is the rockets. Those are my favorite. You can just feel like light them forever. They're so much fun to hear the pop go off at a low cost, and they'll always have a special place in my heart. But for this list, they're going at number 4.
But and I also remember
That is
being a
awesome.
kid and just grabbing a glass bottle or something, right? And just or a can, pop
Oh
can,
yeah.
one at a time, all day long, right? It's the great thing about those is you could do exactly that. I mean, you get 144 wicks instead of gross, so
Yeah. So you can just go crazy for hours and
all
do
day
all
long.
sorts of fun things.
Yeah. Well, you sounded pretty content with your list, but knowing the 5 that you have now, is there anything you would change?
Okay, so I was thinking that as soon as we wrapped up, and I do think I would make one adjustment. And I think what I would do is switch Roman candles with assortments.
Okay.
I do think I have a little more preference for Roman candles than an assortment. But again, it's they're right there neck and neck with me. But I do would give the slight advantage of Roman candles. So my list would be fountains still at one, Roman candles two, assortments at three, and then rocket at four. I'd keep there, and then firecrackers. Um, I'd have at the five spot there.
Lovely.
And honestly, that was almost the perfect list for me.
Yeah,
Where
that
did you rank these?
let's see. So I too I would have the fountains at number 1. I
Yeah,
would I would probably have Roman candles at 2. I do love me some firecrackers, so I may go firecrackers 3, assortments 4, rockets 5. And I love my rockets. They have effects in there, like Jody said, that you don't see in other items.
right,
Like, you don't
right,
smile. I saw they did one that was shaped like a heart, but they are unpredictable. When you have sticks falling down, you gotta watch where you can light them. Like, I can light a fountain anywhere. You can light most assortments, unless it's an aerial assortment, just about anywhere.
sure,
Even Roman candles, right? You can light those I mean, within reason, don't get me wrong, but you can light them
right,
just about anywhere as long as you're aiming them right. But rockets,
yeah,
the unpredictability and the fact that a stick is going to fall, and if it's landing on your neighbor's house or somebody's car, you don't want that. So those would slide down for me, but not a ton of change. I mean, but the fountains at number 1 is the solid on that one for sure. There's too much variety in them to not have them up there. Like we
right,
said earlier, the 3 minutes, the multiple effects, the spinners with them, the ones that are flashing. There's new ones out now that are flashing USA, or uh there's a popcorn one. I forget that there's multiple kinds of the same one, but the ones I get from HP, it's called popcorn something, and it's one of those hybrids, and that huge thing of crackle that goes up,
oh
you get
yeah, so
great effect,
cool.
and then this huge shot of crackle goes up. Like, it's hard not to have them at that spot for sure.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I that's a great list too. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that a lot of people would agree with you there.
Yeah, and you as well, yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of another one of these blind rankings. Luke, I can't thank you enough, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Oh, of course. I love doing these lists, and it's fun as always. And thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Go check out Backyard Fireworks. The link will be in the description down below. And yeah, let me know what other categories that you guys want to see on there. And that's it for now. Until next time, Vex Fire out.